Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wendy and this is a update. If you would like to hear what I have to say, then do please stay tuned. So I released a video and in it I talk about palmetto bugs. I would like to assure you to begin with that we do not have cockroaches. You know, where the mind can go. After I posted the video, I was like, oh no, everybody's going to think that we're overrun with cockroaches or something like that. But no, that's not the case. I can't stand bugs. Um, we had them when I was a child. I was raised in that type of environment, and I swore that when I became an adult that I would not live and share my home with other creatures. But these these palmetto bugs just come up in the drain maybe 1, 2, 3 times a month at the most. And so Monty gets to hunt a few times a month, practicing his techniques on the palmetto bug. Now Sebastian has taught Monty how to fight and defend himself. You know, everything that Monty knows to do when it comes to wrestling and playing, Sebastian has taught him. I have watched it happen. Whenever they first started playing together, Monty's tail didn't move. He didn't know that it was supposed to move, I guess. And Sebastian's tail gets to where it gets into this rhythm. It looks like a snake attached to his behind. And you can tell a lot about what he's about to do by the action and movement of his tail. Well, Monty has started doing those types of maneuvers with his tail. He's learned it from his brother. And it's something else to watch those two fight and wrestle. And it makes me smile. And another update I'd like to do today is this is the last that you will hear on the PT Cruiser. The new owners are supposed to come pick it up today. It's cleaned out. I cleaned it up. I armor-alled it. I vacuumed it out. It's been sitting there for over a month, so the outside needs to be washed. It has ants and tree sap on it. But I was just wore slapped out after working on it day before yesterday and cleaning it up yesterday that I was just too tired to wash the outside. So I already warned my friend, you know, it is dirty on the outside. And they're supposed to be here, from my understanding, sometime this afternoon to pick it up. So this is the last that you will hear about the PT Cruiser. Day before yesterday is the last time that I'll ever have to work on it. I put an alternator belt on it, and you have to take the power steering crankshaft belt off in order to get to the alternator belt. So I was dealing with two belts, and I thought it had jumped time. I thought it was the timing belt when this incident first happened with my car. But I would have gotten a new car regardless if it had been the timing belt, the serpentine belt, any kind of belt. I had my fill with working on the vehicle. I hope that it ends up being a good car for them. With so many things being replaced on it, it very well could end up being a very, very good car for them because so many things have been replaced and changed over. And once a car gets worn out, you do have to sink a lot of money into them sometimes. So the PT Cruiser will be out of my yard today. It's going to Georgia. I may not ever see it again. I do not know. But I think that they'll take good care of it. And I've got to go check the oil in it. It was sitting at a tilt. I had it up on my husband put it up on a jack stand for me. So when we took it down, I didn't check the oil. I wanted to give the oil time enough to settle back down to where it's supposed to be. So that's the last of the PT Cruiser. And Yeah, I think it'll be a good car for her. It's for his wife, my friend's wife, and I think that it will be a good car for her. And let's talk about scammers. I watched a little smidge of a show. Well, this is not about scammers. This is about rude people. I watched a little smidge of a show last night. I had been sleeping on the couch, and Gary woke me up to go to bed, and What Would You Do was on. We watched Shark Tank and What Would You Do on Friday nights. And I missed Shark Tank, though. I think it was Shark Tank that I missed. I don't know. Anyway, I missed the first little story. They usually have two or three. I think they had three last night. But the second one was a female, a transvestite female, going into a dress shop to buy a dress. And the clerk was being very rude to her, telling her that she needed to not try on the clothes, that they were for women's bodies, that she was definitely a man and should leave, and so on and so forth. And it was they were doing that. The transvestite and the clerk were actors, and they were doing that to see what the public would do. That's why it's called What Would You Do, if you've not seen it. Well, it was pretty cool and everything, but the third one is the one that hit me. Um, this lady, this large lady, a very, very large lady, goes into a nail salon, pedicure place, to get a pedicure. And of course, the large lady and the lady doing her feet are actors. It's not real. But the attendant starts saying to her, look, we're going to have to charge you such and such extra amount of money because you have big, large feet. There's a danger of you breaking our chair. This is extra work. And they were doing that to see what the surrounding women would do, or say, with that situation going on about fat people. Well, I know a lot of people that make fun of fat people, but we as individuals do not know how they got that way. We don't know if they have a thyroid problem, a health problem. We don't know if they've been hurt in their spirit and they turn to food, or if anything. We do not know why someone is big unless we know them personally. And I have seen people gawk, and even when I gained my weight, even though I gained my weight over years, I went from 145 to right at 195 is what I weigh now. But it took, let's see, 45, 55, 65, 75. That's 50 pounds. I gained that 50 pounds probably over a period of about 5 to 7 years. But, when people would see me, they would be, some of them would be flabbergasted, and they wouldn't be able to hide it off of their face. And even people have said, well, how fat is she now? We never know what these people go through, and I do not know why I gained 50 pounds. I don't eat any more now than I did then. I guess it was the middle-age spread. But I'm kind of glad that I did gain weight, because I used to not have any boobies. Monty just jumped from the shelf to the top of the chair like he's an acrobat. He scares me to death. But anyway, hey, I have boobs now, whereas before I didn't have any boobs. I wore my whole life up until my 30s, I wore like a 32A, and then all of a sudden spring sprung, and I gained a little bit of weight, and I had some boobies, so I'm proud to have them, and I'm comfortable and happy in my skin at my size. But if you see someone that's not like you, just think twice before you stare or comment or anything like that, because each individual, we've never walked in their shoes, so we don't know what they're going through. Everybody be safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.